All right, here we are. Good evening, Team Zoomers, Team Infinity. It is June 1st. Woohoo! Brand new month, 2017. And Tracy's already drinking. It's whatever. It's gosh, it's late for you. Oh, Perry. Oh, you're fun. Anyway. Yeah, brand new month, lots of exciting announcements, and finished up with a really good month too. Lots of new enrollments going on, and volume increase, which is kind of cool to see when it's right this time of year. That doesn't always happen. So hope the same for everybody's businesses. And we've got some new tools, and Sue's the first one to actually go out and sell with the new tools. So we definitely want to feature Sue tonight. I'll just start first by saying last week we talked about Christmas in July, an idea, and what we might be able to do creatively with that. And Woody sent me the picture of the Christmas tree on the beach. I saw it in my email. I haven't actually done anything with it yet. But I actually saw ideas started kind of forming in my head about what to do with this. So I'm going to continue letting those ideas form and come up with probably next week, come up with a kind of a card template and run it by you guys, see what you guys think. And if anyone else wants to do the same, feel free. We can share some ideas. We've got a whole month till it's July. Okay, so this week, because of the new bundles, Tracy was going to share them because she took the initiative and already went and purchased the bundles. And Sue took the initiative and went out and sold them. So you guys are a rocking team. So I'm going to sit here and just soak it up. Let's hear it. Tracy, if you want to share the new bundles with people in case they don't know about them yet.
Okay. I took the liberty, of course, Sue, after I printed us new copies of these.
I saw the first thing I thought of.
Nothing's going to change. Nothing can possibly change. Right. Anyways, so I printed up new ones for us. But with the new marketing bundle, along with the first impressions kit, you're also going to get a startup campaign value pack. It's sometimes helpful when you put on your old lady glasses. You get 2 beautiful signature series campaigns, which are the 7-touch special occasions campaign and the 5-touch business follow-up campaign. Price did not change. It is still $3.95. And if I share my screen, I can show you guys my, maybe. I will go to my, let me see. I will open my send out cards, maybe. I should have had that up.
Shelly just said she can't get her Zoom to work.
Oh, no.
Okay, so I'll go to my campaign manager here. You guys can see the new campaigns. So the cool thing, I bought both things. So I bought the new follow-up for the customers and for the distributors. And the customer ones come in black, and the new 7-touch special occasions comes in white. So there's new customers, new distributors, follow-up, and then the special occasions. So the customer one.
I want to ask a question.
Yes.
So besides the customer and the distributor, which are basically for send out cards people, did the other 2 campaigns get put into our accounts for us, or are those purchases as well?
Nope, they're all purchases. So if you go to your purchase products, down here at the bottom where it says startup campaign 7-touch and 5-touch, that's a purchase, and that is $145. And then the follow-up campaign, which is the 4-touch customer, 4-touch distributor, is $99.
Okay.
So, yeah. But back to the campaigns, I'll show you what they look like. They're really awesome.
Thank you.
I think what I love.
are these in the, sorry, Tracy, but for people who want to see them again, do they have pictures of them somewhere like in our resource center or on the blog or something?
They said that they'd be in the resource center. I think you can re-watch the webinar and Cody goes over them in the webinar.
Okay, thank you. All right.
So the 4Touch new customer campaign is great. So immediately you get a welcome to send out cards. Oh, that's interesting that you can collect them on Sincere. That doesn't.
Yeah, that is interesting.
Because you shouldn't be able to.
Try it, see if it really actually works.
Yeah, I bet it doesn't. Oh my goodness.
Well, the button on collect card is grayed out.
Yep, it is.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Okay.
if you bought it.
Yeah. Because it doesn't have the share feature next to the.
Mm-mm.
All right. So the front of the card was welcome to send out cards. And slowly but surely. All right, the inside of the card, really kind of cool.
Yeah, all about the app.
Really kind of walks them through it, tells them what they need to do, gives them a little bit of a history of it, tells a little bit about it, and then says, I'm personally looking forward to working with you in the near future. So that's the first card in the campaign. And then the second card.
Hey, Trace, can you go back to that one more time?
Uh-huh.
I want to see something real quick, because one of the things I've requested that they do is add a copy button, not a share, but a copy, so you can copy it to your own account, so that if you edit it, you can still get back to the original. But what I just see here is
you can save it as a Pictures Plus card.
So you can save it. I want to see if it actually will save.
See if it saves.
See if it saves, because then I wonder if it shares. But
And then we'll do this.
my cards.
Yeah, I know what you mean, because like on the first impressions cards,
It's there.
awesome. I edited off the beautiful gold send out cards back.
Click create. I want to see something. I'm sorry. I know what you're talking about, Sue. That was when I brought it up to them and I asked them.
Yeah. And I wanted it back, but I
can't
couldn't
ever get back to the original.
Yeah.
Click on collect Sincere now. I just want to make sure there's no things that we need to let them know about. Okay.
It's still grayed out.
Got it through. Good. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So we can let people know. I just want to point that out. Save it as a Picture Plus card before you do any edits.
Yeah.
That way you'll have the original you can always refer back to.
Yeah.
Hey, there's Michelle. Hi.
Hi, Michelle.
Hey.
We can see you, but we can't hear you, but glad you're here.
Hello.
Oh, there you are. Hi.
Whew.
You made it.
I'm turning on the video. Oh, is the video on?
It was.
There it is.
Oh, I made it.
Yay.
Okay, Michelle, I'm sharing my screen and showing the new campaigns that they announced Tuesday night.
Thank
And
you.
these are available for purchase in your purchase products.
Okay.
So the new customer welcome campaign, I showed the first card is here. It's this welcome to, and then the 3 days after it says what makes send out cards unique. I'm guessing this is probably another somewhat informative one.
Okay, while you're bringing this up, I have another question too. Hasn't Send Out Cards started sending a series of cards to new distributors?
Yes.
And so I wonder how that varies from what they gave us to send. But they don't send them to new customers, right? Just to new distributors.
Just to new distributors, and they were available on Sincere, so I saved them to my card.
I never found them.
I'm pretty sure I saved them at one point.
Were they under Sock Guru?
Maybe. I think they were. So this is just another quick informative to just kind of tell people about it. Again, that's a customer one. I'm going to save it to Picture Plus since Tracy was smart enough to tell me to do that.
Live and learn the hard way, right?
Yeah,
Right?
I know. I have a first impressions card I can't use anymore because I changed it too much.
You know what? They'll reload it for you if you ask them to. I've done that.
Okay.
Mhm.
Oh, I need to do that because that one that had the gold writing I changed.
Yeah, just tell them, and then maybe if enough people request that, they'll finally
Put it in
See,
there.
copy button.
I
I
think
said,
that's what happened to my campaigns. I changed them too much.
yeah, it'd be easy just to put a copy button in there and let us copy them when they're new. But now we know we can just do them as a picture plus. And I didn't know it would actually be categorized as a picture plus, that it would save. So that's cool.
Yeah, maybe you don't know that.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Maybe you haven't thought of that.
So if you go to, so I had a meeting today with a financial advisor, and he was real sad because he couldn't put any of his clients' addresses on the send out card. Is there a way to get around that?
No, and that's a problem with financial advisors because they're not allowed to. Was it an Edward Jones guy by any chance? Because Edward Jones are not allowed to store theirs.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was.
Yeah, they're not allowed to store their customer information anywhere outside of the Edward Jones secure servers. So what will change that is what Cody's working on right now. And I know for a fact that Cody has it available to himself. Tracy, you probably know this too. He has it and is able to use it on other CRMs because he's kind of like the beta tester. But right now, we can only use it through the Send Out Cards CRM, but they're beta testing it on other CRMs so that companies like Edward Jones and other places will be able to integrate the system into their server, and nothing will be stored at Send Out Cards headquarters or on our servers at the main office, and everything will be generated from that company's CRM.
And they
Well, that would be good because he was interested. He's so interested. He was like, "Oh, I just love it, but I can't put their addresses
Let him
on."
know it's
I
coming.
think that that's going to be available in August or September.
That's
Is
what
what
he
he
said.
said.
Yeah, he's thinking September sometime.
I would just say coming this fall. That gives you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Okay, thank you.
What you could tell them is that you're going to contact them again this fall when that capability to integrate is available. But the other thing they can do is they can send a card one at a time and not save the contact. I have
Oh, that's a good idea.
I have a banker that does that, or Tracy, you have a banker that does that. And you can send a card as long as you don't click the Save as New Contact button. Then you can type
Still
in.
stores it in the card history.
Well, it stores it if you use the app, but it doesn't store it if you use the website.
Yeah, he was using the computer.
Yeah. So you can send a card from the website and not store the contact.
But
Thank
it'll
you.
still store the information in the card history.
Not as a contact though.
No, but it still stores all their info. And
If you look in the card history of all your cards that were sent.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, how many people would know to look in the card history, I guess? If you were audited.
yeah, so
well, then
I mean,
I'll just.
for someone in the financial industry, that could get them in really big trouble.
Yeah. So yeah, I guess just tell them you'll contact them again this fall when it's available.
Yeah. My
Well, he was-
banker actually has the card sent to himself at the bank and then hand delivers them. Which
Oh,
is,
that's a good idea.
it's a good idea, but it's really inconvenient and defeats the purpose.
Yeah.
Kinda.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try and get him to do the personal, and then I'll tell him, well, that's coming this fall.
Yeah.
And in the meantime, you can practice using it as a personal.
You know, I
Yeah.
was thinking the same thing, Shelley. That's great thinking.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Okay,
Thank you.
so this is card number 3. And it talks about another campaign. the 7-Touch campaign. And it says, we find joy in providing a tool that allows you the ability to change lives every day by sending personalized printed greeting cards. No matter what your profession, greeting cards are a powerful and convenient business tool to help make sure your clients and customers know just how important they are. So this kind of is like an intro, and it's explaining to that customer that they have this 7-Touch celebration campaign that they can get, because that is one of the special campaigns they get. They get the 7-Touch special occasions campaign and the 5-Touch business follow-up campaign. Now, for distributors, the distributors, when they add on, so if somebody buys a bundle and they add on the $50 to become a marketing distributor, they will get this, the distributor and customer follow-up campains. They will come with their $50 distributor.
Which is a heck of a deal, because it costs the rest of us $99.
I paid $99 for it, exactly.
Yeah.
So, but anyways, okay, so next is the final card in the customer campaign. And it goes out 10 days after. So this whole thing is 4 cards go out in a 10-day time period. And this one is just a simple motivational card. And the front says, do something today that your future self will thank you for.
They stole that from me. I use that all the time.
All right.
In my
I love
trainings, in my dialing for dollars, I always tell people your future self will thank you. Right, Shelly?
Yes, ma'am.
That training.
Oh, so this is a motivational one, but it's kind of a plug to Promptings Academy. So it talks about creating a personal brand, leveraging the law of attraction, staying in positive energy, live to give philosophy, the power of I am statements, and the purpose of attending a Prompting Academy is to align your mind with success. This event, held in different regions around the world, will provide you with insightful personal development tools fused with pivotal business building fundamentals to help you in your personal and professional life. Come join us and see what Prompting Academies are all about. And then it has the link at the bottom so that they can check where there is one near them. So that's the 4-card campaign that goes out to customers. They are on, I believe, the premium papers. So,
Yeah, it looks like they use the black satin.
yeah, and then the 7-Touch is on the white, the pearl white, which I love the way custom branding looks on that pearl white. It is so beautiful. Okay, and then the distributor one. Oh, nice.
That's
okay, so the welcome to the team is basically the same as the welcome to send out cards one. Teamwork makes the dream work. It's one of my favorite sayings.
Yeah, I've never heard that one. Only every day.
My kids get sick of it too. They're like, whatever, Mom. Okay, this one says, I hope by now you've had the opportunity to download the Send Out Cards app, send a few cards. If so, your recipients should be receiving the cards you sent soon. If you're serious about building this business, you will want to create a list of people you would like to share the Send Out Cards opportunity with. These could be people who want to earn extra money on the side of what they currently do, or even replace their current income. The more people you show, the faster your team will grow. Make sure you have the Send Out Cards app on your phone. You can share the app by clicking on Account, Share, Send Out Cards. You'll be prompted to choose either text, email, or social media. Again, I'm here to support you. So that's cool. I love the idea that these are preloaded, because that, you know, I am such a symmetry and congruency freak that I love knowing that every single person on my team has exactly the same tools available to them, no matter where they're at. And if they're in another region and I'm connecting them with leaders in their area, I know the leaders in that area are going to be using the same tools also. So I think that's fantastic. Okay, this one is 7 days after, and its first goal is to get to manager. And I really like just the simplicity of these cards. A goal without a plan is just a wish. I love that. I love the graphics. I will say, so far, every card I've seen on these new campaigns, I love the look they're going with. A lot less of the kind of hokiness and out of style. So I'm hoping that a lot of our cards are going that direction.
I agree.
Inside, your first promotion levels manager, we will accomplish this together. We will sponsor 3 people as distributors and get them started with marketing bundles, and we will sign up 3 preferred customers. Earning the rank of manager is a major accomplishment that will set you up for lasting success in this business. You will earn a pay increase and much more. Start tracking your efforts by using the activity log and follow-up list located in the downloads section of the website. Call me anytime. Let's do this together. I love that. I just love how simple all of these cards look, but they really pack a lot of information. All right, and the last one is a motivational one. And the front says, always strive to improve yourself. I love that.
I like the anvil and the hammer.
Forward, always forward is like one of my favorite sayings too. Okay. Be your best. It's not about following in someone else's footsteps or trying to be somebody you're not. It's about unleashing your best version of yourself. Aim past your target. Stay flexible. Focus on growth. You have to make the most of what you've got, including your mind and body. Push past your limiting beliefs. If you apply these simple principles to your send out cards business, the sky's the limit. And then basically we're in this together. Good luck. So I love that. I think that's fantastic and really will hit the mark right away with new people.
You know what? I just had a thought. That's unusual, right?
Yeah.
I'd have to go back and look at each one of these again to see, is there any branding on the front of the card or that says send out cards, or are they all just generic?
The 2 welcome cards say send out cards.
Oh, they do.
And
it's not customizable?
The front of the cards are not editable.
Editable? Okay.
Yeah.
They say that. I was just thinking about, we deal with a lot. I deal with
other MLMs.
Yeah, where they could use this campaign too and just change the inside words to match their first rank and so forth.
Yeah.
Well, that's a good idea.
You could certainly create your own using, the same style, but then again, there's the work of it. But if you recreated it, and like Sue and I do this with our customers, when we bring in somebody new, we create their first campaigns for them. And so if you brought in a Melaleuca person or you brought in, whatever, you could create basically welcome campaigns for their new customers and team members. Sometimes that's hard if you're not familiar with the company and you don't know, their purpose.
That's why I was thinking if you just told them to buy this package and then they could go in and change the words to make it make sense. Right. There might be a different, director or whatever they call it. And
yeah. A lot of it though, especially in the customer one, it's all about send out cards.
Yeah, of course the customer one would be, but I was thinking the distributor one. I love the way those looked and the words were very motivational, and if you could just change it a little bit. Anyway, I'll get that later.
Okay, here's real quick the 5-touch business follow-up. This one again is on the black. It's got a thank you card, which is initial. It's got a birthday card. If you capture the birthday, and then it has a Christmas card, 3 months after the first time you see them, and a 6 months. This I find interesting because I do a 5-card campaign with Sendout or with ProTent, which I've shared on these calls before. I do an initial thank you, and then I touch them 4 more times, and the other 4 cards are 3 of them are all relationship, and 1 of them is a postcard coupon. So the other 3 are a random holiday, and it's typically something like Popcorn Day or Oreo Day or, you know, iced tea day, some really funky, weird thing that we happen to have that item in our gift catalog, and then I include that gift. And then a holiday of some kind, whether it's Thanksgiving, Easter, Christmas, whatever. And then typically like either World Gratitude Day or just like, you know, National Kindness Day, something random again. So it just depends. And I have them, so depending on the time of year that the customer gets loaded into the system, they'll get a different campaign. So, but they've kind of done the same thing here. And what they've done with the 6-month one is it is basically asking for a referral. And I do the same thing with my campaign, but I do it in a really inconspicuous way because, and I think I might have one here right in front of me. Perhaps, yes, okay. And this is actually with our old logo before we restyled our logo. But as you can see, and I know it's backwards for you guys, but so I say, please return this card to ProTent for $10 off your next window tinting services. If you are unable to use it, please pass it along to a friend. So that's basically when I send this card out, I'm hoping that they'll give it to a friend, not use it themselves. Although it's great if they do, but what I want is them to give it to a friend. Then when they do, the friend brings it in and it has their address of their friend. So then their friend gets a thank you for the referral gift and card in the mail. Well, when that happens, they tell like 5 more people. So, so they've got this spread the word referral card in their campaign, but there are other ways of doing it without coming right out and saying, hey, will you tell other people about us? The wording on this is, it's been a while. So I just wanted to reach out and invite you back in to see us. Next time you're in the area, stop in and say hi or give me a call. We can schedule a time to connect. I would love to hear from you again. Hope to see you. And then on the front it says a special invitation. I thought it said spread the word. Okay, a special invitation.
Yeah,
so this is just inviting them to come back in and see you. Now that's going to depend on the type of business that it is, you know, whether or not that card's really going to be applicable. Yeah. But still, so anyways, yeah. Okay, that's the 5-card keeping in touch campaign. And then there's the 7-card special occasion, and this is on the pearl white. And this one has the initial thank you card when the customer first comes in, and then if you capture their birthday and their anniversary.
And you know, anniversary could also be the anniversary.
The anniversary of the sale. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I finally figured that out after what?
And then there's a spring one, and then a fall one, and then a Christmas one, and a New Year's one. So you know, you're depending on when this customer becomes your customer. You know, if they became your customer in November, they may receive the bulk of the cards from this campaign rather quickly. There's a spring one they're going to get in March, but other than that, they're all slated to come at the end of the year. Other than anniversary and birthday, you don't know when that's going to be. But so that's something to keep in mind when you're sending this campaign. You know, let's say, like in my case, my birthday's in November. So if I came in and I purchased a new car from you in October, I'd get this initial thank you card, then I'd get a birthday card, then I'd get the Thanksgiving card, then I'd get a Christmas card, then I'd get a New Year's card, and then I'd get the card in March. So it wouldn't even be a 6-month period and I'd get all but the one card from you. So that's something to keep in mind when you're sending it.
I have a question. I'm not
Yes.
sure of the answer. So let's say I wanted to send this card, this campaign to someone just as it is. My packet already has the dates on it, so you don't even have to think about when you're going to send it.
Uh-huh.
But let's say I wanted to take one out. Let's say I didn't want to send the season's greetings because I'm sending a New Year's and a Thanksgiving. Would I have to delete that in order to not send it?
No, what you do is you go ahead and send the entire campaign to the person, and then you go into your scheduled cards, into your like unfulfilled campaigns, and then you cancel that card from sending.
Okay.
If you were sending to an entire list of people, that would be cumbersome. Like if you had a whole bunch of new clients.
It would be.
In that case, I would say make sure that you go copy it in the. You're gonna
Because you want to delete it out of your campaign, but if you delete it out of your campaign, then it's gone forever, and you don't want that.
Yeah. So what you need to do is save it as a Picture Plus card, and then recreate the campaign exactly the way you'd want it recreated.
Yeah. Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah, and you could always add it back in if you had it in a Picture Plus. I think you could edit this campaign and add that card back in.
Well, and that's the reason I've never used any cards from the 7 Touch campaign, because I couldn't figure out how to just use 1 or 2 of them.
Yeah. So what you need to do is go in and open the card, save it to your cards, and then recreate a campaign and call it whatever you want to call it, and only put the cards back in that you want to use.
That makes sense. Yeah, that's easy. Yeah.
So, it was really helpful when they did the first impressions, because they saved each card as its own individual campaign, which seemed cumbersome and annoying, but what it did was it made it so that you could then decide which of those cards you were sending to people. What they're trying to do with these is create, as little work for people as possible.
Yeah, a drip campaign, but the first impressions wasn't really meant to be a drip campaign. It was literally a one card.
It's a one-time follow-up campaign.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and then you could add your own. So yeah, no, this is awesome.
Yeah.
Tracy, stellar job. Thank you.
Thanks.
So we are gone beyond our time, and I do have to dash in a minute here. I got another appointment at 6:15. But 2 things. We wanted to leave you with a challenge, and the challenge is to go get your campaigns purchased from. And Tracy, would you go over that one more time where you go get those?
Oh, sure. Sorry.
And if you can't get them both at the same time, get one, and get another one later. But
so right here,
plan. It's a business
under your main menu, go down to purchase products. And then you have 2 choices. You have the distributor follow-up campaign, which will come with the customer and the distributor 4-touch campaigns for $99. And then there's also the startup campaign, 7-touch and 5-touch. So both of these, you're getting 2 different campaigns for the price. The 7-touch and the 5-touch are $145. And in the future, and in fact, Sue sold one on Wednesday, in the future, the marketing bundle and business bundle will be including the startup campaign value pack, and the $50 distributor add-on will include the distributor follow-up campaign pack with those 2 4-touch campaigns also.
So if people bought a marketing bundle or a business bundle and became a distributor with the $50, they would get
all of them.
Yeah, awesome. Great value. So Sue, we did want to hear from you. If you can do it like in 3 minutes or less, how did you sell that today?
Well, I kind of cheated because I already had the appointment. And I actually had the appointment on Tuesday, and because it was the day after holiday, we had to reschedule for Wednesday, which is being very fortuitous, because if I had sold him the marketing bundle on Tuesday, he would not have received all the extra stuff. So when I went in there, I said, you are so lucky, because just last night, they added $200 worth of value to this bundle. And so I showed him the first impressions cards, and I said, is this something that, and I showed him how to send one from his phone. And I said, is this something that you would want to use? Yes, definitely I'd want to use this. And I said, well, the new ones that they added in have things like season's greetings, New Year's, birthday, happy spring. I was just going out of memory because I watched the webinar. And I said there are 12, you see 4 of them in your account, in my account right now, because I showed them mine. And I said there are 12 more that they just added in last night for any new people who get this bundle. And so I just went through everything that you get in the marketing bundle. And then I went to the business bundle and said this would give you multi-user accounts, and told them about that. And then I said, then there's also this individual bundle. It doesn't give you any of the things I showed you. It does give you your branding and your signatures, but it doesn't give you all these other things that they added in. And he goes, well, definitely I want that. So it was not hard at all. And I started out with, you are so darn lucky that we had to reschedule our appointment, because yesterday I wouldn't have been able to offer you all this extra value.
Wow, that's awesome.
Hey, everybody, look at Michelle's puppy. I'm sorry, I can't help it. She found these.
This is Lucky.
Oh, that's so cute.
There's 4 of them. Oh, so sparkly. Oliver, Lucky, and Penny.
Oh,
They found them. They were like abandoned puppies.
They were. Oh, here's Oliver. He's the king.
Oh.
oh my God.
He's always got something in his mouth.
I don't even like animals, and I think they're cute.
I know.
1 second. 1 second.
It's a good thing I didn't come up to your place, Shelly. I would have ended up taking a puppy home.
Yeah. I don't think Pepper wants you to get a puppy.
No.
No, she might, but she is pretty alpha, you know.
This is Sir Oh So Sparkly.
Oh, that would have been the
Oh,
one.
I love
That would have been
that
mine right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love
He's
that one.
he's the calmest one. He's pretty cool. I don't know where Penny is.
Next week, I'm going to be a little distracted because we're closing on the lake house on Tuesday, finally.
Yay!
Excited.
But what I discovered is that if you give a real estate professional of any type a 6-week deadline, they will be sure and beat it by 2 hours.
Mm-hmm.
So Sue, I'm sorry, I got distracted by the puppy, but I loved what you did. I loved how you showed them. It's kind of like, oh gosh, do you guys watch that Property Brothers? And they find out the dream wish list that everybody
And
wants.
they take them and show them a house that's like way out of their budget.
Yeah, and then they say, sorry, you can't have that, but we can make it for you over here, and it'll be just what you wanted. Yeah, it's kind of reminds me of that a little bit.
That's funny.
Yeah, so if you buy that one, no, you can't have it. You got to come over here. Yeah. Good stuff.
I will use that too. I have 2 appointments tomorrow, so
Oh,
Awesome.
good for you.
That's
Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome.
I've been inspired.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
fantastic.
That's what we're here for.
Yeah, you could even say, so this campaign, these 2 campaigns sell for $145. These 2 campaigns sell for $99. Guess what? You don't have to pay that when you choose this marketing bundle. They're going to be free for you. That would be another way to do it. And they're like,
That's a great tip.
Yeah,
Thank
well, the
you.
$99 one is only if you're a distributor, though. So I just said, because I didn't even know. I was just guessing. I had no idea. I just said, that's what they call a WAG, wild ass guess.
yeah.
I said, I just adds another $200 of value to this. This has already got $474. Now it's got an extra $200 of value, and they didn't increase the price. And he was all over it.
Wow. That's great. Excellent, excellent. Okay, take that, everybody. Use it up. Perfect. Great takeaway. Thank you, Sue. Thank you, Tracy, for buying those in advance like that, or being the first, or I don't know if you were the first, but the first one I heard. I haven't gotten mine yet. So the challenge is go get them, guys. And
Well, here's the
share 'em.
the
Go
list
get 'em
of
and go share 'em.
challenge is, first of all, sell a marketing bundle, and then you have the money to go get them.
Hey, I like that idea.
Yes.
Even better. Yeah. All right. You guys are so wise. I love it.
Yep.
All right. We'll see you all next week. Same time, same channel. And Shelly, maybe we'll be able to hear some of your promptings takeaways then, if you can make it. Let me know in advance if you're going to come. Okay.
That would be awesome.
Okay, I will. I plan on making it, so I will let you know.
All right.
Thank you.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you. Mwah.
Thanks, everybody.
See y'all next time. Have a great
Bye.
Oh, that should be our little thing, our little peace out. Heart out.
Okay, bye. Bye. Bye.
Bye, puppy.